We're not here to be perfect. We're here to just be ourselves and process our emotions with what we have.
There has to be a willingness to reframe the way you look at yourself.
It's my work practice, it's my spiritual practice, it's my medication, which is really cool.
I was just lost sometimes. I couldn't find my way out, so I suffered in silence.
Every time I tell my story, I get to take it back. I feel a little less ashamed every time I tell it.
If I don't communicate, I feel like I'm disappearing.
Well, you can only address a problem that you admit you have.
Once you get past the point of believing you have a disability, you can do anything.
Usually what people think of when they think of crocheting is maybe their grandmother who would maybe sit and crochet a scarf or a hat. Afghans, blankets, something that is cool, but you know, it's not necessarily revolutionary. I've actually never made a hat or a scarf in my life. As long as I can remember, I have battled with anxiety and depression. It comes in waves. I will have good months and I will have bad months, and that is still how it is to this day. So it was the winter of 2017. I had kind of like a traumatic experience happen, and I ended up in the hospital just for some mental illness reasons. And when I got out of the hospital, I kind of wanted to find something that was going to help me get myself out of my head, kind of slow down my thoughts.
Critics of graffiti in general might call it vandalism, but admirers call this street art. Michelle Miller shows us a fuzzier art form called yarn bombing that's being stitched across the world.
I remember I was watching TV and the TV cut to this girl in Brooklyn, and she was yarn bombing, and I'd never seen anything like it. My whole life I've loved art, and since I was little, I wanted to be an artist. I've always loved mixed media, but I've never found my medium. So I remember the next day I went on YouTube and I just started looking up the basics of how to crochet.
Then you're going to pull downwards and pull through the loop on your hook.
And for the next 2 weeks, I was just enthralled with learning how to crochet. So I taught myself off of YouTube. It helps with anxiety, depression, and I knew that it combined my love for texture and color. My mind is constantly racing with thoughts. But with crochet, it is a lot of counting, repetition, numbers. You have to actually focus, and you're moving your hands. So while my mind still does wander, if I find it wandering, I can literally come back to counting. And so I'll just 1, 2, 3, and you start over, and this cycle kind of continues over and over again, and you can be just counting. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. And while it sounds maybe a little bit boring, for someone like me, when my mind is never stopping, it is a little bit of a moment of clarity. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. It's my work practice, it's my spiritual practice, it's my medication. It's all of these things in one that you wouldn't think when you just see some yarn, which is really cool. While I was learning to crochet, I was also researching street art and just becoming in awe of this art form that I've seen before, but maybe never really appreciated as much as I do now. It's prevalent everywhere, but if you're not taking the time to look up from your phone or stop, you miss it. I mean, especially being in Philadelphia, the streets are like an outdoor museum if you really stop and take the time and look around. I realized that I never will be or never really want to be a gallery painter or gallery artist. So I thought, why not bring my art to the streets and create an outdoor gallery? I am really good at creating pieces that resonate with people in a new way. So I started doing a lot of stuff revolving around mental health. And I had put up a piece, and it was 3 large crocheted flowers. And it was a dying flower, a flower that was growing a little bit, and a flower that was blooming. And I wrote, "It gets better" on it. And that was a piece, almost like a turning point piece, that people were really interacting with, saying how much it meant to them, that it was like a little hidden oasis in the busy street, and they would stop, and I'd never seen anything like it, really. So I started thinking, what kind of motifs and what kind of pieces of art can I make that are going to make an impact? It's kind of expanded into me being able to go to the streets and use crochet as activism, and there's actually a term for it called craftivism, which I really enjoy, and I think it's such a fun word to say. Color is my favorite part of art and crocheting and of life, I think. A lot of times when I'm putting up a piece outside, people will say, "Oh, did you just make this right now while you were outside?" And absolutely not. My pieces, I create them at home and I install them on the street. So I will spend anywhere from an hour to 40 hours at home making a free piece of art for the street that might not last more than 24 hours. The best days are when I start to create a piece that, all right, I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but as I'm starting to make it, sometimes I just smile or I'll laugh to myself. I'm like, I'm funny. Like, that really energizes me. So when I'm able to actually get up and be a person, which I can't always be every day because of my mental illness, those days I really treasure. My art helps beautify the community, and I'm okay with it being temporary because everything is temporary. And that, it just really doesn't bother me. My art form really reminds you to be present in the moment, that you don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. And I think that that is the beauty of it, because it's kind of like a life philosophy.
I forget things. Like everyone. Things I need to remember. Like, it's Thursday. Like, make sure there's enough rice and milk. Make sure you don't put that in the dryer. Make sure you don't buy the gluten-free pasta. I need to remember that I'm an idiot. That I do these things. That I'm the one who gets it wrong. That I gave it up. It's very on brand. So how do you remember things? You write them down. I write them down. Things I need to remember. That I'm wrong. Impulsive. And so on. And it becomes your truth. And it's what you tell yourself, and so you believe it. And it doesn't matter that you have children who love you. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't stop. This is painful and this hurts. You become your own bully, and you start to go, oh yes, this feels good, this feels right, this is true, this is right. And this becomes the story that you tell about yourself. And I think it stops you from everything. I mean, it really locks you in. It says this is your story, and this is it. This is not changeable, nor should it be. And so you have to kind of say, that's a lie. And if you can say that that's a lie, then you can maybe start to realize that this is all a lie too. I don't have any kind of special knowledge or power or magic lozenge or serum that you can take that'll just change your thinking. I know that for different people, different things work. For some, it's a combination of therapy and meds. For others, it can be changing the people around you, changing the influences around you. I know that most of the work has to come from within, and that can take a lot of time. And during that time, you're going to need a lot of empathy and patience and compassion. But before any of that can even begin, there has to be a willingness to believe that it's even possible to reframe the way you look at yourself.
Just imagine in one moment, your body can do everything you want it to do. And in an instant, you can't do anything. The only reason I feel uncomfortable sometimes talking about it, and I do talk about it, but I only, like if I have to go to a speaking engagement to talk about gunshot survivors and to try to change and get people to understand what it is. And the only reason that I don't really like to talk about it all the time is because it leaves me with nightmares. That's my PTSD. And I remember what it feels like to lay on the ground and feel your blood coming out of your body. Dying, drifting. That's a lot. when I talk about it, it's just like I'm in that moment, and you feel your life leaving you, and you feel yourself just like at 17, and you like, I have so much to live for. Am I dying? I think I'm dying. I don't want to die. And then you talk about these young ones in the street, and they talk about they if I get shot, I die. But what if you don't? And this is your life. Yo, what if y'all get shot and you wind up in a chair? And it's like, well, we'd be just like you. I'm like, have you lost your mind? Do you know, I make it look easy. A lot of us in our group make it look easy. But how do we get from there to here? It ain't easy. I want you to know this life. Because it's like 3 phases of this that I feel. It's the acknowledgement of a disability, where it's just kind of, you acknowledge yourself, you and the new you of a disability. You kind of like, okay, hi you, hi me, and then it's just like, all right, I gotta get to know you because we living in the same house together of our body. And then it's the acceptance. You know, you have to accept that new you with the old you, and you have to blend that and make it into this person that you might not really want to accept yet, and this person that you were, that you've already accepted, and you have to make them live together. And then there is the living, you know, the living in that. And sometimes some people don't get to that final phase of it because it's so difficult. It takes a long time to start living again, and it's hard. I can just tell you, when I was first injured, they tell you they want you to go see a psychiatrist, and they want you to go talk to somebody when you're in the hospital. So I go and talk. I'm 17 years old, okay, black kid, West Philly, all right. So I go and talk to this guy in the room. He's like 45, 50, white, balding, walking. What? I don't see too much of what you could really touch into my life. Yeah, you might have years and years of experience of working with people with disabilities and spinal cord injuries and all those things, but I don't feel like you have a connection that I can really benefit from. And then on top of it, I suffered from depression, you know, periodically around my injury, and I hid it because I felt guilty for being depressed, because I had a good job, had a house, had a car, have all of those things, you know. I was just lost sometimes. I couldn't find my way out. It took a lot to find my way out. So I suffered in silence because of my guilt. And I didn't have to do it anymore with this group. I don't have to suffer. I don't have to feel like I have to act like I'm a champion all the time and nothing bothers me and nothing. This group gave me the ability to just be like, be Chuck, you know? I love this group because it's just, a family. Like, yo, look, you might not like your family that you birthed to, but this is a family that we just gravitated to, and it's just like, it's a bunch of crazies in it, but we all mesh so well. Sometimes when you're trying to find yourself in this world, you kind of fight those people who have the answers because you're really not ready to accept yet what this life is. This group has really given me a place where I can be me, and I'm protected, and I have brothers and sisters that I can call somebody at any time and just be like, I'm going through something. And after 30 years, I still go through it. And then now you might get somebody who has 2 years in that says, drop some jewels on you of wisdom and just something, and it just clicks for you and make you feel better. So our family has really touched me and has made me a better person, and I need them. I love me. I love my community. My community we all love ourselves. There's nothing wrong with having a disability. There's nothing, not 1%. There's absolutely nothing wrong with having a disability. We all that. We sexy. We got it popping. We a community that's all that. Yes, we are. Okay? You don't know it, you don't like it, too bad. We are. That's your fault. Okay? But if you don't have to know the ins and outs of some of the hardships, why would you just do better? And so that's the only reason why I go into it, talk about it, explain it. Because if I can just touch one person through my story, it was worth it. The nightmares or the issues that I might have to go through for a couple of days, it's worth it. It's worth it to me.
We have conversations every once in a while, so I can make sure that we're on the same page, make sure there's nothing that's confusing or, something like that. So I tell both of them, everybody has some type of disability, And Campbell said to me one day, he said, so what's your disability, Dad? And I said, well, my disability is that I can't access the part of my brain that allows you to do your sculptures. I said, so who's disabled, me or you? And he looked at me, he smiled, and that made him feel good. It's been a really tough journey. It didn't all happen really quick. Young Campbell was violent, very disobedient, didn't really speak too much. When he did say anything, it would be a profanity. I thought he was a kid that needed discipline, so he and I went at it constantly. He was trying to say something, but we weren't listening to him. In the 80s, early 90s, there was no diagnosis. I mean, autism was kind of like a word people were exploring, and there was no help. Nobody knew what to do with it. They recommended electroshock therapy, but I backed out of it.
What are y'all doing? I'm just curious.
We're doing a film on this sculptor.
Who made it?
He did. He's super
you made it? Out of what?
Cardboard. It takes about 4 months.
Oh, he made the bridge too?
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take you to make the bridge?
About 3 months.
Hey, that's crazy. He did it all by hand, by himself, from scratch?
Yep.
And I figured that there had to be another way. So, in order to really help him, I had to learn to listen with my eyes. And I didn't know how to do that before. I uncrumpled the papers, and it was drawings of this superhero that he called Survivor. And I asked him why he put those papers in the event. He said that people wouldn't understand. And I said, okay, now I've got you. I know who you believe you are. I know these things about you. So what I did was I created stories about the character. We started to bond with this. It moved more to not me just telling the stories, but him illustrating what I was telling. So we started to draw and tell stories until we actually had the makings of a book, and we published our first book. This is the character that Campbell drew when I found in the vents. One day we were talking and he said, am I autistic? What I was trying to teach him is kind of, you have these superhuman abilities. I can't tell him he's autistic and then tell him he has superhuman abilities. I said, no. I said, you're not autistic. I said, you're an autisarian. I said, this is what we'll do. I said, get a piece of paper. I said, write autism on it. Now put it in the trash. She walked to the stove. He said, Dad, can we burn it? All right, you want to burn it? So we put it in the bowl and we burned it. So after that, that's when he started really excelling in the sculptures. After he had dropped that load.
The autisarian with a special ability, they become superheroes. They learn how to use their technique. My special ability, I become a painter.
He was into the drawing the characters and oil painting. He has, I believe, over 500 oil paintings and drawings. And that's where he was at in the beginning, but we kind of ran out of money for his canvas. So he just started grabbing boxes when we get packages in, and he started just building stuff.
I was self-taught without no experimental training. Philadelphia Museum of Art. That's my best architect.
What excites me is that transformation of two-dimensional photographic image to these incredible sculptures in the exactitude of scale and proportion, but the incredible Campbell, touch, the human touch in these works. And that's incredibly inspiring. They're not pure architectural models. There's a lot of stuff going on in these with the surfaces, with the painting, with how he's processing materials and creating these sort of objects out of, found materials or, cheaply acquired materials. Amazing across the board.
My best works, I like to listen to music and work at the same time. It gives me a lot of patience to focus on the detail and concentrate with the look. I feel amazed by myself. I felt excited.
I mean, look, for an emerging contemporary artist, this is like almost as good as it gets from right out of the gate. He's already in one museum collection, and he literally just had his debut show in January, and a museum bought a work out of that exhibition. So yeah, he's doing really well.
A law they knew nothing about. To reverse the damage, an alien civilization known as the Odysseans used a process called DNA transfer to send its greatest minds to Earth.
His brother's name is Kante. He creates videos about the character, so his gift is that he has a fantastic memory. He can memorize code. We use the coding for him to create the videos. I use what I learned from Campbell to help him.
I'm good with computers and stuff, so my dad is good with computers too.
I got a degree in coding to help Kante.
And I make the objects and games and stuff, and he helps me out with it. We keep working and we do our best.
I'll have a section in the house. This section is Campbell Studio. The next section over there is Kante Studio. I kind of like it, I might have to find a little space in the corner somewhere, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm okay with that.
To never give up. Autism isn't a disorder. It's not a disability. The only disability that you have is believing you have one. And once you get past the point of believing you have a disability, you can do anything, you know? And that's just not for autism. It's anyone.
It's the creativity from both of them. I just love watching them. I'm kind of just in the background pushing. You know, I don't like to get in front of them. I just want to stay behind them and guide them because, you know, I'm not going to be around forever. And if I'm in front of them, you know, they can't really walk on their own. And teaching them to be men it's my duty as a dad. And I think it's my honor as a human being to have been blessed with 2 kids with such amazing abilities.
This is so weird that I'm gonna hear these in real life because they're normally just in my head.
Do you want to cue Zoe?
Sure, take 1.
You're stupid. Nobody likes you. He thinks you're weird. He thinks you're not good enough.
Why are you not doing as we say?
Your mom doesn't like you. Your sister hates you.
Don't move. We will tell you when to move.
She doesn't like you. She's jealous of you. That girl over there, she's trying to ruin your life.
You've been chosen by us, so listen to us. Go back to your room. We will make sure you never feel pleasure again.
We like this outfit. Actually, we don't like this outfit. If you wear this outfit, there will be a spirit that will ruin your night. If you wear this outfit, everyone will love you and you'll be the best girl in the room.
That was really difficult to hear. I want to cry because you don't really hear these out loud. And when people talk about people hearing voices, it usually makes people, or me with schizophrenia, feel really second-class citizens. So when I hear them out loud, it validates that maybe I am just really freakish. But at the same time, it is very honest and freeing because it helps me share with the world what I truly experience and also demonstrate that I'm still stable. My name is Sarah. I'm a writer and I live in Brooklyn, New York. This is my dog, Isabel. She's my companion that I've had for about 6 years now. She is a partner too in my life because she motivates me to get out of the house and she motivates me to take care of something that's not myself. I'm sciencey, I'm analytical, I'm also bubbly and cute. I love being silly, but I also love doing serious things like contributing to human rights issues. I write about mental health, specifically my condition, which is schizoaffective disorder. So I studied neuroscience in my first graduate program, and I run one of the first, if not only, blogs that is written by a person living with a psychotic disorder, and also graduate training in psychology. And I try to use that blog on Psychology Today to fill in a lot of cultural gaps in the literature. And I think that the first step is to simply put out there that people with the disorder can live full lives. I think that many psychology students were drawn to it because we want to have insight into our families and ourselves. There's a joke in research that says that research is me-search. On my dad's side, almost half of the siblings out of the 6 live with schizophrenia, and they actually pass away early because of the disorder. My aunt and uncle were very severe. They couldn't take care of themselves, and they lived alone in a house which had like inches thick of dust. Like there was no cleaning, people never checked up on them, and they barely functioned. I think that when I looked into their eyes, it kind of shook a feeling in me where I felt like I knew that this disorder ran in my family, and I was very terrified of ending up like them. The symptoms started when I was in high school. I started having delusions that I was hearing other people talk to me, and those symptoms kind of got hidden because the psychiatrist that I was on at the time prescribed me an antipsychotic. I went off of all the medications when I was 23. And once that happened, it became very clear that I had a serious case of psychosis. I started hallucinating. I was more volatile. I was jumping on planes to go all over the country. I would be partying. I would come home at 5 a.m. drugged on Molly. It was just a blur. And I think that it wasn't obvious to me that I was sick until people around me started intervening. My parents especially were trying to figure out what was going on. My mom never really wanted to accept that I was sick. My dad really did accept that I was sick. So my dad is a big part of my recovery. Hello. It's going really well. Isabel's here with me. If I start thinking that I'm Jesus or if I'm God, I will go to my dad and I will have a reality check. I have to make sure, like, Dad, am I the second reincarnation of Christ? He will say, no, I think it's just your psychosis. But then I'll be like, why? Like, there's evidence that says that I am this way. And he's like, but it's not actually evidence. You're just making it up. Or he's very frank with me. And over time, I've been getting used to the fact that people can be frank with me and tell me. When I initially started, I did not want to hear that. I guess I'm gonna go.
Okay.
All right.
Have fun.
Okay. Thanks. Love you.
Love you.
Bye. I think that when you have a mental illness, especially schizophrenia, you have to have a stable relationship with family and friends. Not every parent, not even every friend, not every family member can handle it, but he can. I want to share my story because I want to inspire other people to live comfortably with a disorder. I have hobbies that keep me occupied from my deep thoughts that kind of lead me into dark black holes. Well, I spend a lot of time in bookstores. I love bookstores. It's just one of my favorite places to spend my time. I try to seek out as many travel opportunities that I can. Well, right now I'm looking at my pictures in Latvia. That was a really unique place. I saw the snow on the beach. I've done a lot of European trips, but now I'm ready to venture into North Africa and the Middle East. The traveling, it makes me stay in the present, and I focus on the real world, and it helps me put perspective into my issues and realize that some of those issues are not really issues. That physical feeling of going other places helps me feel like I've done things and I can do them. I scrapbook. This is my neuroscience and philosophy projects when I did computational neuroscience project in the undergrad. So I studied neuroscience in my first graduate program, and I did creative writing in my second graduate program, and then this was graduation. Right now, I'm doing a lot of creative work. I write screenplays, I write creative nonfiction, I write memoir. People think that because I can think academically, that wouldn't make sense that I would also have a schizophrenia disorder. We're educating as an entire society if each one of us living with the disorder can stick up for ourselves, believe that we deserve the same things everybody else does, and just assert it in our daily lives. The different phases of going into psychosis. First comes like a reality shaking feeling. I feel like I'm melting into some dimension or something that's not really with this world. Feels like a pit of quicksand. If I don't catch it right away and center myself, then it'll emerge into delusions or hallucinations. Usually there's a sense of low-level voices that happen all the time in my daily life. And if I'm more stressed or if I'm upset or something, they become louder. A lot of sensory overload kind of also impacts my hallucinations. So if I'm out in the city, I might hear more voices or I'll get more paranoid of people. So in the subway, it can be very triggering. It's a different world down there, especially when there's a lot of people and there's a train coming. I think that showing the effects that I experience in real time would help people understand what I go through.
So Sarah, describe the feeling to Phil of what you're gonna go for.
So we're aiming for distorted reality, and we might do that in a couple ways. I don't know what the film technicalities are, but I want to get him zoomed in, zoomed out, like the lights flickering, the lighting change, the pacing change. Because that's what it really feels like when you're psychotic. Yeah. Can you wave your hand by the lens? Like, kind of make it like there's things fluttering next to it. Like, there's just a little noise, like visual noise. Yeah. Can you do a little shaking? Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. And then can you dim the lighting as you're shaking a little bit? And then look around, look up and shake a little bit. And yeah, just keep shaking like that and looking all around. Just like a general sense of confusion and fear. Could we make it black real quick? Like just black out for a minute and then go lighter now. Go black again. Go up light now. Yeah, perfect. Ugh, this is like real. If I don't communicate, I feel like I'm disappearing. If I don't scream about it, like that's why I need this film or I need to write a memoir, because if I stay silent, I feel like the world won't hear me. And it's better to sacrifice a little vulnerability in order for people to see me for who I am than it is to stay silent and nobody sees me for who I am.
You're stupid. Nobody likes you. He thinks you're weird. He thinks you're not good enough. She doesn't like you. She's jealous of you. Your mom doesn't like you. Your sister hates you.
When she says, your mom doesn't like you, your sister hates you. And so that should be like a more cutting.
So it's really
Yeah.
almost on top of each other the
because
entire
it's so
time.
on top of each other that's why I'm stressed out. So I want to convey that it's so distracting.
She's trying to ruin your life. Doesn't like you. Your sister hates
All of
you.
your friends don't actually like you.
Yeah.
So that feels more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
These are voices that occur usually daily. It's like I have these little figures on my shoulder and they're just like talking.
Mm-hmm.
And they see exactly what I see. They have information about me and my insides. So it's like if somebody were to invade my personal space and just use all my insecurities against me.
You've been chosen by us. Why are you not doing as we say?
That one was really good.
Go back to your room.
These voices, they're space aliens, and this is the Space Council that represents the whole space civilizations in outer space. And actually, some of them are trying to fight to conquer Earth, and they do that by all these conspiracy theories that I've read on the internet.
When I tell you to move, we have control over you.
If you hear this, it's very stressful. So how do you communicate to people invisible things that they can't hear? This is going to be really helpful for me to just even live my life when people can know.
Should we just watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're stupid. Nobody
He
likes
thinks
you.
you're weird. He thinks you're not
She
good
doesn't
enough.
like you. She's jealous
That girl
of you.
over there, she's trying to ruin
Your mom
life.
doesn't like you.
Your sister hates
All of your
you.
friends
Nobody
don't
likes
actually
you.
like you.
He thinks you're not
She
good
doesn't
enough.
like you. She's jealous
That girl
of you.
over there, she's trying to ruin
mom
your life.
doesn't like you.
Your sister hates
All
you.
of your friends don't
We've
actually like you.
chosen you to lead our space empire. You've been chosen by us. So listen to us. Don't move. We will tell you when to. We have control. We will make sure you never feel pleasure. You've been chosen by us. So listen to us. We have control. You don't do what we say. Never feel pleasure again.
We've got you. We'll protect you. If you just get through this, things will be okay. You are safe with us. We will protect you from here, and things will be easy.
Does that feel pretty close?
Yeah, that has the exact effect of what I experience.
Time to power your lung. That's straight.
I'm really proud that I've been able to be where I am today, which is thriving with this disorder.
Ready? Up. That's.
I want to just fight stereotypes, and I want to just prove everybody wrong. There's a lot of shame and derogatory discrimination that's put on by the public towards people with the disorder that tells people like us that we don't deserve housing or money or social acceptance. The words romance and schizophrenia don't go together, but you know, we're people. Of course we want love and romantic relationships. I want to inspire others, so hopefully we all together with the disorder can grow and to build a perception that we deserve human rights and we deserve love and understanding and patience just like anybody else. Eventually, I want to build scholarships or organizations that specifically reach out to people with schizophrenia so that they can fully live their potential the way that I was given an opportunity for my life. Hopefully, what I will build is a legacy that I can pass on to my children if I have a family or for society and the culture at large. I have really big dreams and goals that I want to accomplish, and I am proud that I just keep going after them. A really good day is just when I feel joy and there's nothing attached to it. When I don't have voices or delusions telling me that I don't deserve joy and that I am loved and I just feel that and embody that, it's the best day.
I wish me many of those days.
Yeah, I hope so. They're increasing, so that's good.
Music is the lens through which I see the world. It is the thing in my life that evokes the strongest feelings in me. It is the thing that I'm most devoted to. It is ultimately the thing that makes me happiest and most frustrated and everything else in between. I started playing the piano when I was 6 years old. I was surrounded by music from birth. My parents are both musicians. I sort of think the most significant thing that ever happened to me was being born into a house where music was, you know, the common language. Music was a place that I felt home. And so it felt like a terrible irony that eventually the anxiety around it became so extreme that it made me sort of almost forget the core of who I was. I was ashamed of it. And, you know, being a performer of music is many things. It's a vocation, but it is a job, you know? And to admit that I had this problem felt very, very much, for years, like admitting to failure. And so for a really, really long time, my priority was on keeping it hidden. I thought as long as all that happens is that I suffer, it's fine. And I genuinely believe that. I think I probably would have said that out loud in those exact words for many years, as preposterous as it sounds to me saying it back now. It was in April of 2019. I had an honest-to-goodness panic attack in the middle of a concert, which led to me having to leave the stage, and I didn't finish. I was lying, on the ground with my feet up in a chair, and I couldn't really even lift my head, and it was like half an hour before I could stand up. And I, sort of plowed ahead for, I think, 5 more months after that. So it was a gradual process. It started probably, by manifesting in ways that no one other than me, not even people who knew me well, could notice. And then it built and built and built until it was a thing that I couldn't hide anymore, which was, I'm sort of sorry to say that, rather than any kind of genuine care for myself, was the thing that forced me to finally admit it. Well, you can only address a problem that you admit you have. So that was a very important thing. And I remember that when I first said to someone in my professional life, I have an issue with anxiety, it felt momentous. That began the very, very slow process of reimagining my relationship with myself, where to play a piece of music, I didn't have to be more or less than I was. There was a fear of professional consequences, but I think much more profoundly, there was the fear of what it would mean for my listener. I didn't want to infect my audience with the worry that was infecting me by sort of making the audience member sit there and think, what's he feeling right now? What's happening right now? I wanted the audience to be able to have a direct and open channel to the music that I was playing. And I still do worry about that, but I don't see another way of being as either a performer or a person with anxiety, or maybe even just like a person in the world, other than sort of what I would call radically sincere. The two things that anxiety did to me on all of those years where I was trying to hide from it was it disconnected me from myself and it disconnected me from others. I remember a terrible moment about probably 3 or 4 years ago, and it was, again, in a concert that probably anyone who was there would have said sounded how I sound for the most part. But I was playing the Schumann Fantasy, which is a piece that I love with every fiber of my being. there are not many pieces about which I could do this, but I've cried on stage playing it. And I remember it was 2008, it was 3 years ago, playing it and feeling nothing. And to me, that was kind of like being dead. And when I look back at it, that is a memory as painful as the memory of collapsing in a concert, because it kind of represented like how divorced I was from what mattered most to me. Beethoven was he was the way in and the way out. I definitely think that it's not a coincidence that the moment that my anxiety sort of hit this point where I had to address it, I couldn't deny it, that it happened when I was in the middle of playing all of the Beethoven sonatas in one single year, which meant that I was spending an absolutely unbelievable amount of my life living with him. I mean, really, all of it. You know, because I was practicing probably more than I ever had, just because of the sheer volume of music, but also Beethoven doesn't, let you go. The sheer volume of ideas and the amount of emotional territory which is covered is just absolutely staggering. But also, I mean, this was a person who wrote about sort of what I'm talking about being out of phase with the world, but feeling that music was so essential to him that in his case it kept him alive. He wrote a letter to his brothers in which he said, faced with deafness, I would have committed suicide, but for my need to create. And you feel that. You play one phrase of Beethoven and you feel that. The prospect of making music as myself, no more, no less, is a really very exciting one. I'm just gonna do what I love and try to do it very, very truthfully, and to come a little bit closer to the essence of these pieces that have shaped me and inspired me and moved me every day for the rest of that life. And then one day I won't be around anymore and it'll be up to someone else to do it. I do feel that there's something beautiful about the world is bit by bit gonna reopen and I'm gonna re-enter it. It kind of fundamentally changed from how or who I was the last time it was fully open. I feel this itch to play, and it's so new because it used to be that the idea of, the concert is a week away, it's a day away, it's an hour away. It just was just a source of terror, and now I'm not to sound like that's gone. I mean, it can be there, but at most coexists with this desire to share the thing that I love most in the world. I want to do it. I want to play music for people.
tent is right here. Bank is right there. Here's parking vests. This is face painting and balloon twisting. Starbucks has their own tent that goes right there. Hi, Grace. My name is Nick Amy. I am the Director of Outreach and Development for NAMI Bucks County, Pennsylvania, which is the event that we're having today. That goes at the raffle table. That goes at the stage. I love that it's windy. The event is called the Stride for Mental Health Awareness. It's an event that is aimed at ending the stigma surrounding mental health conditions. Today, we're here to raise the funds that are necessary to provide all of our no-cost programs. About 100 support groups a month, education programs, a helpline, a warm line. And we get, 1,000 people together to walk in memory of those we've lost to suicide who couldn't find recovery, and then in honor of people who have found recovery, like me. Putting this at the registration table. Who is parking? Where is Debbie? And the sponsor board is gonna go like right here. It's windy. I was up until 2 a.m. I closed registration at 2 a.m. and we have 1,015 people registered to walk with us today.
But I want to say I'm a depression survivor. Like cancer patients can say I'm a cancer survivor.
Same.
You know?
I'm a trauma survivor. I survived all the stuff I thought I wouldn't. Everything.
Yeah.
It was all trauma.
Oh yeah.
It's not about what's wrong with you, it's about what happened to you.
Exactly.
But we're here.
Yes, there is the light.
I work really hard because I should have died 3 times. I shouldn't be here. I had 3 suicide attempts. And I struggled so badly for so long that I don't feel like I really lived. So, now I'm living. This is my life. This is my purpose. NAMI is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. I think a lot of what I bring to NAMI is from my own lived experience. It wasn't quite so easy for me growing up. I was a heavier set kid, and so I got bullied for my weight, and people used to tease me about being gay and everything. But that started an eating disorder for me. Frida, do you need a cash box? So when it stops raining, because there is a when, if we can move back. It's not like, it was this, terrible upbringing. It was just feelings are difficult. And in my family, feelings were difficult, and you did it alone. And so by the time I got to college, I had a really deep-seated eating disorder, and I had started to have, breaks with reality. You're on your phone. Do you have the hourly weather? Can you look at it while I go over this with Gabe, please?
It's gonna come and go, Nick. The showers.
It is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'm very good at improvising.
When I came home, I sat down with my mom and told her that I was pretty sure I didn't want to live anymore, and she screamed and cried and told me that, I needed to go to the doctor. And the family doctor put me on 2 medications, and she said one will get you up and out of bed and one will get you out of the door, but one was also addictive. And so I that's how the addiction started. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't control any of this, but it doesn't matter how smart you are or how much money you have. It matters that life happens to everybody. The 2 $5 donation boxes go at the food trucks on their little ledges. I'll never forget how bad it was for me after my mom died. I lived in active addiction for years just because I didn't think I would live, and I didn't care if I lived. My dad died and he was young. Both my parents were 55, and so I had saved up pills for just in case this happened, and I came home and was about to finish the process of ending my life, and my sister figured out what I was gonna do. So that was my 4th or 5th time in the hospital. And what I knew, though, was that some people on that unit wouldn't be able to tell their stories, but that I probably could. So it was kind of then that it all came together, and a friend of mine said I should tell my story for NAMI, and that's what it is. And that's the story ends with where I am now, and that I'm still here, and that I get to do everything that I do now, which is wild. I think things are good.
We're gonna have a good day today.
Nami Man was just a costume in a closet, and I thought there is no way I'm gonna put that on. And I did. And all of a sudden, Nami Man had a voice and a personality. I gave him like a whole, me. I gave him me. Little kids really like Nami Man, and they have to ask, like, what kind of a superhero are you? So we have to talk about mental health, which is awesome. We went to an inpatient behavioral health facility. I visited first with the younger kids. Walked in, I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I sat with them and I told them, a little bit of my story, and that I was in that hospital as well at one point for my own mental health. And I told them that I am a superhero because I got help for my mental health, and I survived all the things I thought I wouldn't. And I told them that they're superheroes too because they're getting the help that they need. And they wanted to be Nami Man too, and it's the coolest thing. It really is, it's the coolest thing. There needs to be this kind of stuff with mental health. There needs to be storylines to it. It almost killed me, and so I don't want anyone else to die from mental illness or suicide or addiction because they're afraid to talk about it. And that's, I think, under it all, the goofiness and everything, like, that's what Nami Man's for. It evolved into me, Nami Man, visiting schools and declaring schools stigma-free. I've told my story in every school in Bucks County, some in Philadelphia and some in Montgomery County. I let them know that you might not need this now, but I want you to remember, I usually say, remember my hair or whatever I'm wearing. Remember that if you ever come to a place in your journey where you feel like you can't go on.
I personally want to thank you all for being here. Nami Man over here is so grateful for all of you that are here and making a difference. Nami Man! With your help, we present the NAMI Bucks County Strive for Mental Health Awareness on World Mental Health Day. There is help, there is hope, and until there is a cure, there is NAMI.
I think he just gives people hope. People open up, they want to talk to him, they want to take their picture with him, and the kids just open up, they're delighted.
I don't know what I would do without the work, honestly. I don't know how long I would have lived. I don't know how long I would have lived after I got out of the hospital. I am pretty sure, I don't know what I would have done. I don't want my whole person to just be about work, but I don't really think I would have lived very long if I didn't have some place to put all this, and I don't know, a community. But then, you know, as I like healed a little bit and like got my bearings and got out of the recovery house, I thought, well, we could improve this community a little bit. And that made me feel good, and it gave me a reason to wake up in the morning. I spend a lot of time working, like a lot of time working, because I want NAMI to be everything that I would have needed it to be when I was looking for it. I'd never ever take days off. I have trouble taking days off, but tomorrow I'm going to. I am 39, and I spent a good 30 years being totally ashamed of myself in every possible way. The way that I look, the way I talk, my mental health, everything. And every time I tell my story, I get to take it back. I feel a little less ashamed every time I tell it. And it's mine. It's my story.
I am an advocate. I'm a daughter. I am hopeful. I am curious. I'm an intentional friend. I'm a person who lives with anxiety and depression. I am a creator. I'm a sister. I am a work in progress. I am facing my biggest fears of being in front of cameras and microphones. I'm doing this because I am challenging the notion that being seen and heard is scary. I'm just very mindful of how people perceive me. From like 5 to 7, I was a talker, huge yapper, would talk all the time to the point where people would be like, you talk too much, you need to be quiet. And so then I shut down because I'm like, oh, everyone is thinking that I talk too much. Like, what else are they thinking about me? I started having physical symptoms of anxiety that I didn't know was anxiety, like nausea and like stomach issues and like fast heart rate. People were like, oh, like, you know, you have butterflies in your stomach, like that's like when you have a crush. And I'm like, but it feels like that all the time. So I don't think it's that. I grew up in a really religious household. I think faith has played a huge part in my story. At the same time, I think there's something called spiritual bypassing where people use faith to kind of band-aid over things. And so, you know, I think at the time people were just like, oh, just pray about it. And I was like, I need something more tangible because the symptoms that I'm feeling are tangible. When I got to college, my guidance counselor noticed that things were not going well as far as my grades, and she asked what was going on. And so I was like, well, I have been having anxiety attacks in my classes. I felt completely disoriented and I would just start crying. And then I would have like treat yourself days where I would, I guess that was my coping strategy at the time, just treating myself to like one day of no class for every class that I would actually go. And so my guidance counselor was like, okay, so a healthy coping strategy is going to be finding the resources that you need to function and go to your classes. And so she volunteered to walk me to the counseling center on campus. It saved my life because I would not be here if I did not go to therapy. I love working with youth because I was a youth once and I needed help. I needed so much help. I needed people to listen, and I felt that a lot of adults weren't listening. They were just talking at me and telling me what I should do or what I should be. And I like giving youth the space to be able to use their own voice, which is another reason why I started a therapeutic songwriting workshop where I help them unlock their creativity by reminding them that we're not here to be perfect. We're here to just be ourselves and process our emotions with what we have. Creativity is about self-expression, not perfection. When I was 8 years old, that was when I started writing songs as a way to process my big emotions. Talking is scary, and thinking about what people's responses are gonna be can be scary. And if I can't form the right words, I start to stutter, and it's just easier for me if I am writing. I think it comes more naturally to me.
Where will I find the energy? When will I find the time? How come rest seems to be the thing that creeps in this overcrowded mind? They say that we all got 24 hours, say that they spend it wise, but I wanna spend it well, cause my health's worth more than what money buys. Where will I find the energy? When will I find the time? How come rest seems to be the thing that creeps in this overcrowded mind? They say that we all got 24 hours, say that they spend it wise, but I wanna spend it well, cause my health's worth more than what money buys. Worth more than what money buys. Worth more than what money buys. Not everything that glitters is gold. The hustle's overpriced, oversold. Papa and Mama told me we reap what we sow, so I plant seeds of freedom, watch them grow. Grow. Who said we are what we contribute? What's the meaning of life? If all of my bones betray me, then just how much is my value priced? I know that I'm more than what I own. I just wanna love this life. I'm comfortable with the people I treasure, doing what brings me life. I'm doing what brings me life. I'm living and beaming light. Light, woo! Not everything that glitters is gold. The hustle's overpriced, oversold. Papa and Mama told me we reap what we sow, so I plant seeds of freedom, watch them grow. Everything that glitters ain't gold. If I trade sleep for luxury, then what do I really hold? Papa and Mama told me I reap everything that I sow. So I plant seeds of freedom, watch them grow.
I am a musician. I am an educator. I am learning every day. I am healing. I am not my diagnosis. I am an alchemist. I am loving. I am Ashley.